Hiya, Chris again. So as I said, it's in no particular order, but this is number 3 on my list, is what's included in a regular dog service. Now, dogs are all different in the same way that we are. And when you bring your dog into us, the service will depend on what you're doing in between. But as a very quick oversight, I'll give you sort of 2 examples. I'll use a wool mix coat and a long-haired coat like a German Shepherd. So, any dog that's coming in for the first time is always going to get a bit longer for an appointment, and this applies to puppies as well, because what we want to do is get them used to our environment. We want to get them used to me. We want to make sure they're comfortable and they're not stressed. So when they've had sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long it takes to settle in, they'll be up on the table and we do a visual health check. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't what you're going to get at the vets, but we're just checking for any lumps and bumps, any stiffness, any sort of open sores, any mattiness on the coat, anything that they might not have been keen for you to see. So we'll sort of check like the conditions of ears, we'll have a glance at their eyes, the nose, etc. We basically work from nose to tip of tail just to make sure that they're fit to be groomed before we start doing anything. Then, dependent on the breeder coat, they will have either a full brush through. With long-haired coats, we'll go through with a rake, take all the loose and dead undercoat out. We'll then go through with slicker brush, make sure as much loose and dead hair's out. Then they'll be bathed. We use as standard, unless it's something like a wire coat where the conditioner we don't use, but basically they'll receive at least 2 shampoos dependent on how dirty the coat is. If it's particularly dirty, it might take more shampoos. Once that's been done, they're thoroughly rinsed. We use a conditioning treatment which is brushed in and left to settle. That not only helps enhance the coat, repairing any hair breakages, but it will also help keep the coat easier to maintain between appointments, and when we come to brushing out, it will be less damage, or hopefully causing less damage with the brushing out of the coat. Once that's done, they're blow dried. We check the nails, check in between the pads. They're all trim where necessary. Anything in or trimming that needs doing is done for you, and very quickly that's what happens with the long-haired coats. With sort of poodle coats as an example, or wool mixes, they're wash, bath, shampoo, conditioned in the same way as we do with the double coats, but then when they're blow dried, then they're clipped and trimmed to style, dependent on how your requirements for your styling is done. Sometimes they'll be scissored, sometimes they'll be clipped. We'll check ears where necessary, trim around the pads, trim the nails, trim the tail, and that's everything done after the basic health checks, as I say, that we've done, and we'll always let you know what we've done and discuss your requirements with you, because we want to provide a cut that's going to be suitable for lifestyle. Bit longer that one was. I'll see you on the next one.